Have you ever thought that you know that you should be charging more, but every time it's time to actually do it, fear takes over? And it's like the first thing that you think is, if I charge more, then people will say no, or people are not going to want my product, or people are going to be mad at me. Or you might just say, well, I don't need to charge now, but when I get the confidence to charge, that's when it's going to happen. Have you ever thought any of those? If you have, this video is for you. I'm going to share the conversation that I had with my husband, who completely changed how he thinks about his business and what made him take the leap to charge what he deserves to be paid for. He went from charging what felt safe to actually being able to charge confidently for the transformation that he provides. And guess what? It has nothing to do with sales techniques. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why confidence doesn't come before charging more. It's the charging more that allows you to build that confidence. So the confidence is basically a byproduct. And I'm going to go over all the explanations so you can leave with this some valid information. If you're new here, my name is Naja. I am a portrait photographer turned mindset coach and speaker. And I help entrepreneurs all around the world see their value and communicate their value so they can confidently charge for the transformation that they provide. So let's get started. So let me tell you a few things about my husband. So he's really good at coaching young athletes to help them learn speed. Any sport that needs your kids to be fast in, he's the guy. So he would have clients and oh my gosh, he was getting paid peanuts, honestly. A lot of us who start off in our own business just kind of don't know what you're doing. But the number one thing the mistake that he made that I see a lot of people making is that he based his prices off of what he thought other people would be able to pay him. He didn't base anything off of his own value. He based his pricing off of, I think I should charge this much because this is what they would think my services cost. You only need to charge based on what you want. Tell me in the comments if any of you have ever done this as an entrepreneur. So basically what I told him was the thing that you must understand as a business owner is you set the price. Not only do you set the price, but you set the tone for the relationship that you're going to be establishing with the person that's purchasing from you. And ask a few questions. Why are you charging that? And this is something that you can ask yourself when you're trying to set a base to kind of see where you should stand. How are you coming up with this price? Is it based off of something that you've researched, that this is what the going price is? What are you really afraid of if you raise your prices? Is it a fear of them saying no? Is it a fear of not booking anything? That's actually a real fear. I absolutely 100% get it. So that's something is if you can take a pen and paper out and you can answer these questions for yourself. And what's so interesting is the answer may not even be exactly what you think it could be. But if you sit down, the answer actually could be something that's totally different. The answer may actually surprise you. So sit down and write the answer. It may not make sense for now, but just do that. And question number 2 is, if someone says no, like say you raise your prices, someone says no, what does that mean to you? And it could mean something like, okay, they said no, their loss, which is awesome. But it also actually can mean something that's deeper. Might make you feel like, well, they say no, and I might take it personally, and it means that I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy enough. So just sit down again and write those answers down and see what comes up. And what is interesting is what's going to be revealed. You realize that it's not about pricing, it's about identity. Question number 3, are you charging based on your time? Are you charging based on the transformation that you're providing? Or are you charging based on what you think others people would think about your product? So take a moment and just write down, just be very clear and very honest with yourself about those answers. If someone gets the results that you're promising them, do you think that your prices are still fair? And what's so interesting in that is that a lot of times when we're upping prices, and I'm including myself as well in this because as a business owner myself, I've gone through many price increases. And sit down and you think about it, what is your proof that people won't purchase at the next level? A lot of times we just assume all of this on our assumptions, and it's not even real. We just make these whole scenarios up in our heads of why we can't move and go forward and we can't progress. These are just made up stories. And then I told him, what if you raise your prices and the person actually says yes? Because here's the thing, you have to be courageous to try to up your prices. And the fun part is you only need just that one client to purchase whatever it is that you're doing at whatever collection. If you up the prices for the transformation that you provide and the client actually accepts what you're charging, now that's, guess what? You just add another coin to your memory bank, and that's where the confidence starts to grow. And more, you have to be able to do that. And the more that you do it, the more that you go up against that fear and you see that it's okay, it's safe on that other side, that is where the magic happens. And that's basically how confidence is grown, how confidence happens. Unfortunately, we have to do the work in order to create a confidence bank for ourselves so we can understand and believe that we can do it. And that's how it happens. The question that came up for him was, okay, I know that I'm good, but how do I find what it is that I should charge? A lot of times people say, well, my work is worth this. So the way that I think of it is by saying my work is worth something, we make it very selfish. And for me, the whole world is about giving and providing transformation for others. And so it's not about what your work is worth. Yes, everyone would think that their work is amazing. What is most important is, what is your transformation that you provide? How much do you think that's worth? So it's always based on the transformation that you provide for someone else. That is where the real value is. And so once he started working, thinking and contemplating on himself and just how he was conducting business, he actually took the leap. He was scared. He had a client who contacted him for more information, and he knew it was time to jump and present new prices. And lo and behold, the person actually accepted with no resistance. And then he was like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe that it actually works, because it honestly does. And then after that, guess what? That client built on this client, built on this client, built on this client, because now he knows that he can do it. And that's actually how everything happens. While I understand that it's so hard to step outside your comfort zone, it's just basically a confidence thing. And the more you do it, the more you get better at it. But you have to take the chance, you have to take the leap to try to do whatever it is that you want in order to build that confidence. And the confidence can bring you to wherever it is that you want to go. Everything is going up. Everyone else has no problem charging. Why should you have any problem charging more? It's just, that's the way of the economy. That's just kind of the way it is. And so that your homework for today after watching this video would be to just sit down and answer those questions that I posed for you and see where you land and start understanding why you're undercharging. The self-discovery is part of the process. So if ever you had any questions that you would like for me to help you kind of sort out in your own personal entrepreneurial journey, feel free to leave a comment, and then I will be more than happy to share some information on how I could work personally with you to help you level up to your next level of self. As always, thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions, comment below, and I would love to help you. Thank you so much. And till the next time for the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.